Welcome to the Linux Guy Guru, and now your host, Jay Benjamin.
Hi, my name is Jay Benjamin. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Linux Guy Guru. Our topic for today's program is multimedia applications. In my lifetime, I've used vinyl records to listen to many albums, MP3 players, and the inventions of other multimedia applications created for my entertainment pleasure. Here now we're in the 21st century, and it has become the century of the digital lifestyle, with millions of computer users around the world embracing new technologies such as MP3 players, digital cameras, and other assorted multimedia gadgets. Whereas 10 years ago, you might have had a small collection of WAV files scattered about your Windows computer. Today, you are more than likely to have hundreds, if not thousands, of MP3 files scattered across various computers. Along with video clips, animations, and other graphics, the demand for organizing and maintaining these vast libraries is driving development of applications. Popular proprietary applications such as iTunes and Google's Picasso were once coveted by Linux users, but open source applications now exist that provide real alternatives, and for some people, these are the final reasons they need to move to Linux full-time. This program will provide an overview of some of the basic multimedia tools included with Ubuntu and other Linux applications. Linux has had a reputation of lacking good support for sound and multimedia applications in general. However, great studies have been made in recent years to correct this, and support is now a lot better than it used to be. In this segment, you'll learn about sound cards, sound file formats, and the sound applications provided with Ubuntu. Ubuntu supports a wide variety of sound hardware and software. Two models of sound card drivers compete for prominence in today's market. The first is ALSA, the Advanced Linux Sound Architecture, which is entirely open source, and the second is OSS, the Open Sound System, which offers free and commercial drivers. Ubuntu uses ALSA because ALSA is the sound architecture for the 2.6 series and now the 3.x series of kernels. OSS might still be found here and there, but it is no longer in widespread use. You can review the list at www.alsa-main/index.php/main_page_page. If you're interested, but Ubuntu detects most sound cards during the original installation and should detect any new additions to the system during boot. To configure the sound card at any other time, use the Sound Performance graphical tool by searching the dash for sound. In addition, Ubuntu uses an additional layer of software called Pulse Audio. Pulse Audio is a sound server and acts as a mediator between the various multimedia programs that have sound output and the ALSA kernel drivers. Over the years, there have been many different sound servers used in Linux, each with different strengths, usability issues, and levels of documentation. These various sound servers have often been forced to run side by side on the same computer, causing all sorts of confusion and issues. Pulse Audio aims to replace all of them and work as a single handler to accept output from applications that use the APIs for any of the major sound servers already in use, such as ESD, OSS, GStreamer, and ARTS, and route the various output streams together through one handler. This gives several advantages, including the ability to control the output volume of various programs individually. Pulse Audio is still quite young, and its full potential has not yet been realized. However, it has matured over the last several releases and is better and most powerful than ever. Although there were stability issues and complaints in the first release that included Pulse Audio, those don't seem to be a problem anymore except in unusual hardware combinations and special cases, and more features have been implemented But for more information about Pulse Audio, go to www.pulseaudio.org/. And adjusting volume is easy as well. Ubuntu offers a handy utility that you can use to control the volumes for various outputs from your computer. For a single master volume control, just click the speaker icon in the top right corner of the screen and move the slider left or right. And alternatively, you can control all the output volumes for the system to make sure that you have set everything to your taste. To access the volume control, left-click the speaker icon and select Sound Preferences. I'd like to now go over sound formats. There are a number of formats that exist for storing sound recordings. Some of these formats are associated with specific technologies, and others are used strictly for proprietary reasons. Ubuntu supports several of the most popular sound formats, including the following. The first is RAW, R-A-W, more commonly known as headerless format. Audio files using this format contain an amorphous variety of specific settings and encoding. All of the sound files contain a short section of code at the beginning, a header that identifies the format type. And the second, you're probably most familiar with MP3, a popular but commercially licensed format for the digital encoding used by many Linux and Windows applications. MP3 is not supported by any software included with Ubuntu by default, but you can easily install software that supports MP3 later. In fact, the first time you try to play an MP3 file, Ubuntu asks whether you want to install the codec needed and walks you through the whole simple process. And the third sound format that you're probably very aware of is the WAV format, the popular uncompressed Windows audiovisual sound format. It is often used as an intermediate file format when encoding audio. The fourth sound format I'll cover is OGG-Vorbis, Ubuntu's preferred audio encoding format. You'll enjoy better compression and audio playback and freedom from lawsuits when you use this open source encoding format for your audio files. And the fifth and last sound format I'll cover is FLAC, F-L-A-C. This is a lossless format popular with audio files. The name stands for Free Lossless Audio Format, and it is compressed format like MP3, but does not suffer from any loss of quality. Because of patent and licensing issues, Ubuntu does not by default support the MPEG, MPEG-2, and MPEG-3 file formats. Although we cannot offer any legal advice, it appears that individuals using MP3 software are okay. It is just that Ubuntu cannot distribute the code because of how the code is licensed. You can enable the MP3 codec within Ubuntu by downloading a plugin for GStreamer, the GNOME audio system. The easiest way to get the package is to go to Ubuntu-restricted extras, and you can install that in all the major formats you're ever going to encounter, and you'll find the package in the repositories. Ubuntu even includes softwares in the repositories, such as the SOX command used to convert between sound formats, so that you can more easily listen to audio files provided in a wide variety of formats, such as AU from NEXT and Sun, AIFF from Apple and SGI, and IFF originally from Commodore's Amiga, RA from Real Audio, and VOC from Creative Labs. Ubuntu also offers several utilities for converting sound files from one format to another. Conversion utilities come in handy when you want to use a sound in a format not accepted by your current application of choice. The easiest one to use is also the easiest to install. Install the Sound Converter package and then look for the application in the menu at Applications, Sound and Video, Sound Recorder. It has a clear graphical interface and easy to understand configuration option. And listening to music couldn't be easier. If you're anything like me, you might be a huge music fan. One of the downsides of having a fairly large music collection is the physical problem of having to store so many CDs. Wouldn't it be great if you could pack them all somewhere, yet still have access to all the music when you want it? Some manufacturers experimented with rather bulky jukeboxes that stored 250 CDs at once. The main downside with that was that finding a particular piece of music could take hours, having to cycle through each CD in the hope that it would match your mood. Fortunately for us, Ubuntu is fantastic at working with CDs, even enabling you to rip your entire CD collection into a vast, searchable music library, letting you quickly create playlists and enabling you to create your own customized CDs. Getting started couldn't be easier, mainly because Ubuntu comes pre-configured with everything you'll need. And one of the applications I strongly recommend using is Rhythmbox. Rhythmbox is a useful application that plays CDs if you insert an audio CD into your computer. It also attempts to obtain information from the CD from the internet. If it's successful, you'll see the name of the CD appear in Rhythmbox. When you're ready to play your CD, click the name of the CD under the device section and then click the play button. You can also define whether the CD should repeat itself until stopped or whether you want to shuffle the music to randomize the playlist. And of course, just listening to your CD doesn't really change anything. Rhythmbox acts like a regular CD player, enabling you to listen to specific tracks and define how you want to listen to your music by using playlists or sorting it by artist. The real fun starts when you click the Copy to Library button on your toolbar. Rhythmbox starts to extract or rip the audio from your CD and store it within the music directory under your home directory. Depending on the speed of your optical drive and the power of your computer, the ripping process can take up to 15 minutes to complete a full CD. As it goes along, Rhythmbox automatically adds the file to your music library. You can access the music library by clicking the music button on the left side of the Rhythmbox screen. Within the Rhythmbox interface, you can easily browse through the list of artist names or artist albums, which affects the track listings that appear at the bottom of the screen. The number after each artist and album tells you how many tracks are assigned to that specific entry, giving you a heads up before you click them. Double-clicking any entry automatically starts the music playing. So, for example, double-clicking an artist name causes the music tracks associated with that artist to stop playing. When a track starts to play, Rhythmbox automatically attempts to retrieve the CD artwork, which it then displays in the lower left corner of the screen. And there's a lot more that you can do with Rhythmbox, including downloads and listening to podcasts. A good place to start is the Ubuntu UK podcast at http://podcast.ubuntu-uk.org. All you have to do is click an RSS link for the feed on that page, copy the link URL, and go to Rhythmbox. There you press Ctrl+P or go to Music, New Podcast Feed, paste the link into the field, and then click the Add button. Rhythmbox then contacts the server and attempts to download the most recent episode of your chosen podcast. Rhythmbox used to be installed by default in Ubuntu and is still available in the Ubuntu Software Center, but has been eclipsed by Banshee, and Banshee is now installed by default, and I'll discuss that next. Banshee is another music application that can handle ripping and playing back music, download cover art, sync with portable players, and even play video. It has a similar look and feel to Rhythmbox, but is more actively maintained. Banshee gives you a neat interface to browse through your music collection. Getting music into Ubuntu couldn't be easier with Sound Juicer. Sound Juicer is a handy utility that is included with Ubuntu, found under Applications, Sound and Video as the audio CD extractor. Sound Juicer automatically detects when you install a CD and attempts to retrieve the track's details from the internet. From there, it rips the CD tracks into OGG files for storage on your file system. And with Sound Juicer, you can create your own digital music collection. And now I'll discuss home entertainment centers. There are a number of choices that you have. There's Myth TV, Kodi, Plex, OSMC, and DVB Link. All of the media centers are free, and commercial media center programs promise streaming HD videos, television, music, picture galleries, and a few extra tricks for Linux PCs and even the Raspberry Pi, all from the comfort of your living room. Computer technology and consumer electronics are growing closer and closer, so it is no surprise that in addition to the traditional multimedia computer programs, software suites now convert computers into home theater centers when combined with an HDMI-compatible TV or projector and a powerful sound system. Media lovers can do more than just look at pictures and watch movies. They can listen to music, stream content from the web, and scroll through various TV offerings. For the basics, if you want your future media center PC to receive TV programs, you first need a corresponding TV tuner with Linux support. Some common DVB receivers won't run in Linux for want of appropriate modules, so it is worth checking in advance whether Linux provides drivers for the desired device. The Linux TV Project Wiki, which has a comprehensive hardware database, serves as a first point of contact. It also includes valuable installation tips for users in some countries who need to integrate proprietary firmware for DVB and analog TV components. Another stumbling block might appear when you try to install media center applications manually on the existing Linux system. Because the multimedia software usually works as a client-server application, it requires the usual suspects such as the Apache web server, PHP 7, and the MySQL database backend, which can cause problems for novices and irritate experienced users alike. Both groups are advised to use dedicated media center distributions because they pre-configure and coordinate the individual components optimally. Specially adapted installation routines often integrate network services into the system as well, and Ubuntu Basic. Ubuntu is often used as the basis for these distributions. It is widely used and has very good driver coverage thanks to the numerous Ubuntu and Debian developers. And moreover, the developers maintain the long-term support variants over a relatively long period of time so that a media center PC has a long-term stable foundation. Ubuntu's graphical installation wizards, Ubiquity, offers you the option of integrating third-party software in the system at install time, including the MP3 plugin and Adobe's Flash technology, which is gradually becoming outdated and prone to serious security flaws. If you don't want to install proprietary codecs later, you should take advantage of this option. As I mentioned, there were a number of different media players that you could use: MythTV, Plex, OSMC, and DVB Link, but I recommend Kodi by far as being the best. Kodi is probably the best known media center project in the Linux universe, although it may be more familiar under its old name, XBMC. Kodi, like MythTV, is included in many software repositories of large Linux derivatives, and as Kodibuntu in the form of a unique 64-bit only distribution based on Ubuntu. The Kodi project maintains dedicated repositories, so it is worth installing the latest version of the software from these repositories. Alternatively, you can update an older Kodibuntu installation to the latest version of the Media Center. To install Kodi in Ubuntu, you need to add and update the corresponding repository, install the Media Center, and trace all necessary dependencies. For example, and this will be in the show notes, sudo add -apt-repository ppa team xbmc /ppa sudo apt/get update sudo apt-get install Kodi sudo apt-get install Kodi -pvr **. The final command line installs the add-on clients needed to make use of TV recordings, program playback, and electronic program guide. A corresponding server is used as a backend for which Kodi provides numerous server alternatives. You can configure the server immediately during installation or use a remote control. You can also Google how you can install Kodi just by simply putting in, example, Ubuntu 16.04 code for Kodi Media Center, and the information should come up with a list, and you can then go into your terminal, add the information, add your password, and your Kodi Media Center will be installed. It's as easy as that. Commissioning the software is simple as accessing the software from the media market. And to start your Kodi Media Center, you should be able to access the software from the desktop menu, sound and video, and then Kodi Media Center menu. Several media groups are preset in the Media Center, for example like Myth TV. Kodi also plays all common media types. After opening it for the first time, you can select the language in the settings menu. If a TV card is attached to the computer and the personal video recorder PVR, backends and front ends are installed, you can configure and activate the PVR client from the System Add-ons menu to put the TV card into operation. This process requires a bit of manual work because not all front ends and back ends play well together. If the configuration is successful, the TV and, if the TV card supports it, radio entries appear in the main menu. Both provide all possible forms of use with the channels, guide, recordings, timers, and search submenus. Additionally, you can set up Internet Protocol Television, IPTV, call up station media libraries, and play back their content. And Kodi is strictly modular, and the system fully integrates additional functions with corresponding add-ons, example, a weather display that accesses data from a meteorological service on the internet. With the use of add-ons, you can integrate multimedia codecs, online libraries, streaming services, and YouTube videos. A separate add-on submenu appears in the main menus for the pictures, videos, and music entries, which you can use to install or disable extensions depending on the content. The main menu runs horizontally across the screen and adjusts dynamically according to the existing functionalities. If you start an audio CD, the associated playback controls will appear automatically in the main graphic user interface. Kodi can also play Blu-ray discs on high-definition screens with no problem. And to correct the settings, the most important basic setting for the Media Center are hidden in the System menu. The Settings submenu bundles all the settings together, and the File Manager and Profiles entries let you take care of ongoing administrative tasks such as creating, naming, moving folders, and defining paths, and creating user profiles with user-specific settings. A System Info Viewer and an Event Viewer round off the interface. Well, that's our show for today. Our next topic for discussion is graphic manipulation, digital cameras, burning CDs and DVDs, viewing videos, and a whole lot more. And I'd just like to say here, if you've enjoyed listening to this program, please tell a friend. Knowledge is power, and I encourage everyone listening to this program to learn Linux. It is my hope that the world becomes more informed about Linux and free open source software. If you'd like to contact the show, you can email us at linuxguideguru@gmail.com. And you can also check out our website at linuxguide.guru. We have videos that are there for you to watch. And should you be in the New York City area, we can convert your older Microsoft Windows or Apple computer into a variety of Linux-based operating systems. The possibilities are endless. I'd like to thank everyone for listening. Till next time, your host, Jay Benjamin, logging out.